Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode. It's a coffee shop Wi Fi episode, and like a simple podcaster, I am seated in my car wondering what to tell the viewers. Sometimes I have these playful moments with my own mind and psyche. And there came this moment where I was wondering what is the one of the most purest or truest, not true, but what is one of the most important things that my life force and intelligence as a being can share. I was wondering about that. And I came to the conclusion that there's 8 billion human beings. And 8 billion human beings, their intelligence is, we are a type of intelligence, and this intelligence can be used, or we are a type of energy, and pretty much our energy can be used to externally advance things and progress things, or internally advance and progress things. I don't know why, but I feel that we human beings become truly human beings when we live for our species. And people may, disagree with me here, but I am telling you, one of the biggest factors that is going to keep us human in the future is the love and compassion, benevolence and honor and purpose we find in our collective design. So anyways, one thing I can speak about and endlessly till the end of time experientially speak about is this idea of inner realm management and inner realm vision management. And so I thought, okay, I'm a human being who has received often visions in my inner realms, and it might be a good idea to share this in case there's others similar to me. Something I've noticed since childhood, and I'll share this. I have a twin brother as well, and stretching from extending from my twin brother to all the people I have met ever on this planet, it appears to me that there are, just like there's this idea of doppelgangers, I feel that there are these programs or these codes or these molds, these archetypal molds that human beings behave through. You see, a doppelganger is the idea of somebody physically looking like you, but I feel that there's doppelgangers of behavior. When we look at history, there have been people in different parts of the world coming up with the same conclusions at similar times. Okay? There's a lot of evidence of this in history, Now, what I can share with the viewers, what I can add, like how I can contribute to the viewers, is simply this way, okay? It's about the story we live in and the story we're raised through. And through experiences, I've managed to correct the exact story of human intelligence to some degree. And so this is what I'm going to tell viewers. We are a multidimensional being, And we are conditioned to live in one dimension, and this is where the problems of our lives begin. Okay? I am considering every being, every person has an inner life and has an outer life. When you look at the value of living the outer life, it is pretty much what you do. But when it comes to the value of the inner life, it's how you're being. Now, I am more and more, as I have wondered about the nature of the mind, I have asked myself that, okay, here, I'll tell you. Imagine you're someone who you love humanity, but you see that this species that you love has fragmented itself, has compartmentalized itself in different schools of thought and ideological systems. And what an ideological system is in some sense a filter for sight. And people may be like, Mr. Within, what do you mean a filter for sight? I mean, the only reason man and the human species is looking for truth is because it feels it isn't it, and it doesn't have it. If you look at the motivation of human behavior, it's going towards its desires. Its desires can be divided between objective desires and subjective desires. If you look at it from the angle of subjective desires, objective desires, we use external technologies to access the objective desire, okay? But when it comes to the inner realms, we are not trained and we're not taught to use an inner technology. And this is where Mr. Within will teach the viewers, or any human being, this is where you, as an individual, require to administer your mental server, so the server of your mind. What it is acknowledgement of space, and then trust of space, and then navigation and mobility in space. Anything that anybody receives is because they've had the ability to receive it. It's similar to weight. Like when a young child tries to lift a heavy object, it can't, but years pass, and then what was complex and difficult for it at a certain level of its ability, in other levels of its ability, is not so complex. It's not so difficult and whatnot, right? We may be creatures right now manifest in the form of human consciousness, afraid of death, but who knows if our ability was more, and the multidimensionality of our presence, if it was assured. I don't know how to say it, but I will say it. Dear viewers, when it comes to the mind, one of the most difficult things is recording it, okay? Different people have different experiences. There's different levels of cultivation. I like, personally, in Chinese mythology, there was this idea of those who were cultivators, like different cultivators of different techniques, abilities, energies, and whatnot. And this is honestly what I feel the human species needs to go through, something similar, where we are cultivating collective trust, and at the same time we're cultivating an individual ability. One of the biggest, most important realizations that I got in my life came from a freaking anime show, okay? And I'm going to tell the viewers what that realization is, okay? There's this character who, when I was like super young, grade 3, me and my brother would come home, turn on the TV, and there it was, this show called Dragon Ball Z, And later on, years later, I realized they made that show to make kids like vegetables, and I think it worked, But anyways, there's a character in this anime, in this Japanese story called DBZ, And the character's name is Goku, and he has this next level quote where he says, here, let me find it. This is one of the most important quotes, and this is something where the character called Vegeta, didn't understand. The fictional character Goku says, power comes in response to a need, not a desire. You have to create that need. So this is very important, okay, that it comes in accordance, that power comes in accordance to a need, okay? And so many people religiously, I think, experience this. That moment where the person is hopeless, has no other choice, doesn't know what else to do. When all hope is lost and there is a sort of, divine need, the power comes. So for me personally, the reason I see myself at least capable of giving these Mr. Within talks is because there's a need. Evidently there's a need in the world, for the eyes behind, for the visions behind our eyes to, step outwards. There's something people don't say about love, the idea of love, okay? That it can destroy a person. Love is very beautiful. It has this idea of preservation, cherishing something, but the issue with loving something truly is that the person's actually being possessed by another reality, okay? It's as bizarre as in some sense what happens to one's attention, okay? So let's say there's a person, imagine somebody loves the wrong thing. Imagine somebody loves something that destroys them, right? And we want to say, like, is it wrong to love something that destroys you? And some people argue, no, all acts of love are perfect, and some people are like, no, man, you love the wrong person, you will not be who you were when you will break, before you are, fixed. Imagine. I don't know, there's something in this world that is an opportunity for intelligence to activate in accordance to its own choice. I have thought about the divine will often, and I have thought about free will often, and I have asked myself, dear universe, you've created yourself, you've manifested so much content. Like, if the universe was a YouTuber, it'd outdo everybody's content, There's this YouTuber called Gary V, and he's like, content, make content, more content. And imagine, the cosmic universal mind is like, buddy, I've made content, nobody's looking at it. Oh, man. But anyways, when it comes to inner realm management, I'm going to share with the viewers methods and approach and things I've naturally done. For me, a lot of my spiritual experiences, a majority of the way I verified other veils of perception to myself was through writing. So I cannot emphasize that a piece of paper, a pen, and your own mind is like a sacred dance. Okay, any person who, I don't care, even if you're a parent and you have kids and one of your children has just been gravitated towards writing, do you know? Like, writing is a way where man clarifies his own mind in the outer realms. So whoever you are, if you are somebody who you have noticed that there's an inner life. Most people don't care for their inner life. They only care for their outer life, and they're only trying to find outer solutions to their problems, not realizing a majority of life's problems that are psychological, they shift in attitude. Like, if I had understood this, like if right now I had a time machine, I could go back to my younger self. I'll be like, buddy, change your attitude. You're not lacking anything. You're So that's the thing, dear viewers, right? Attitude is very important. But now somebody may ask, Mr. Within, how do I find the correct attitude? And this is why nature has given us a mode. It has given us the mode of honesty, okay? And let me tell you, as someone who since childhood I have tried to be an honest person in all situations of my life. And let me explain what you get and what you don't get, okay? So if you're someone who is dishonest, you're going to have your desires fulfilled quickly, but you're going to feel empty. So the biggest important thing about being honest is that you're getting to access your own karma. Think of it this way. A hyena eats from like the carcass of a dead animal that it didn't hunt. But a lion doesn't eat from the carcass of a dead animal it didn't hunt. It had to do it itself. What honesty means is that this cosmos has bestowed you, has given you a force so you can depend on, you know. When I was younger, this is the issue with the, I would say I shouldn't say issue, but one of the maybe inefficiencies of, you know, religion integrating with, you know, politics or cultural integration, right, of religion. And I don't know how to say it, but it's this idea that when the person doesn't have any hope, when imagine you're a young kid, okay, you're raised in a religious society, and then you meet an obstacle, a challenge, some problem you gotta solve, okay? Sorry guys, I gotta make this part 2 and answer the phone. I'll be back. I gotta make this part 1 and I'll be back for part 2. Thanks for listening. Much blessings. Namaste.